And here is another video from your personal reporter on the situation in the world. And as we all know, there's a lot of shit going on everywhere. And all that shit wouldn't be going on if we would have, like I have, embodied language. Yes, we would have real conversation if we would talk like I do. And if we would talk like I let you listen to, yeah, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can understand it. That embodied language is something else than disembodied language. Because in embodied language, yeah, there's authenticity, there is reality, there's truth. Can we have some truth, please? Can we have some originality? Can we have some honesty? Yes. Look, I'm not saying this to impress you or to get your attention or to, I don't know, sell you some product. No, I'm saying this because I like to. And I'm making this recording because I can. And yes, I also do it because I like to explore what it is like to say this and to really bring this into this world, because I can, yeah. And I am the one who can bring this into this world. I am bringing this into this world. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? Embodied language is not happening anywhere. Everywhere people are just being pretentious. Everywhere people are being defensive. Everywhere people are being fearful. I'm none of these things. I'm not defensive. I'm not fearful. I'm not pretentious. I am truthful. I am happy. And I am, lively. So all of that is missing in our usual so-called conversation, our interaction, our interviews, our, debate. Are you ready for the debate? I am. I look forward to hearing Donald Trump respond spontaneously to Kamala Harris. I just can't wait for him to say something which will expose her phoniness, which exposes her her meanness, because there is something so revengeful in this woman, so disgustingly deceitful. That's what I say, with my originality, with my honesty, with my perception of how it is. In any case, Trump is of course much more honest than she is. That's why I vote for him, and that's why I want everybody to vote for him. And those people who still want to make it seem as if she is going to be the next president, are you crazy? I mean, what happened with the freedom of speech? What happened with the fact that we can talk with each other? What is happening with all you stupid Democrats that you cannot have a conversation anymore? You idiotic creeps that you have wanted to shut everybody up who doesn't agree with you? What kind of an unintelligent, stupid human being are you that you have squandered, wasted your freedom, neglected your freedom, denied not only your own freedom but the freedom of others? And you just make it seem as if that's okay. No, it's not okay. And you're not saving democracy. Yeah, whatever that democracy is. It's just a bunch of nonsense. Wow, look at that. There goes. There goes the helicopter. Anyways, I am having my delicious expression. I don't need to have any audience to enjoy who I am, to know that I speak my truth. And yes, if there are courageous people who dare to also listen to themselves while they speak like I do, if these people are there, let them talk with me, let them come and talk with me. I would like to talk with them. We can always talk. You can always reach me. I'm always available. I always have time. Where are you? You are just all a bunch of liars with your usual disembodied language, your outdated way of talking. Yeah, your outdated way of dominating, manipulating, exploiting. I'm not doing any of that. I don't need to do that. Why would I want to do that? When you can have this, you're done with your stupid disembodied language. When you can have embodied language, you begin to realize how stupid, how violent, how destructive, how negative your disembodied language is. And yeah, are you going to continue with that? Are you going to stop it now? Or are you going to let yourself know, like, no, we have believed in all that superstition and all these made up stories. We have endlessly repeated all these lies. Can you now say to yourself, no, we cannot go on with that? Yeah? Kamala Harris, she's talking about turning the page. How are you going to turn the page, lady, if you keep on having stupid disembodied language? Yeah, that's a good question. You cannot turn the page unless you begin to listen to yourself while you speak. Yes? Are you hearing me? Kamala or Kamala, whatever. Who gives a damn how I pronounce your name? And who gives a damn whether you refer to yourself as she or her? Who gives a damn whether you identify in this way or in that way? I don't care about your identity. I care about how you talk. And if your identity makes you talk like as if you're some monster, yeah, then I have defined you. I have pigeonholed you. I have perceived you correctly, because that's what you are. You are, whether you know it or not, good morning, whether you admit it or not, and whether you are able to talk about it or not, you are a monster as long as you engage in disembodied language. Yes, that's the truth. The truth which is inevitable when you start to have embodied language like me. Yeah, and there's nothing to feel heavy about. That so-called identity of yours has already taken up so much of your time. It has already spoiled so much for you. It has already caused so much trouble. Are you done with it? I am done with it. That's why I make this tape. That's why I ride my bicycle here today in this beautiful surrounding. I'm just going on a bicycle ride and I can just say all this. Nobody wrote my script. I didn't even write my script myself. I just say this because I can and because I want to and because I like to. Yeah. And I don't use any kind of speech tricks to get anyone's attention. because I don't care to get your attention. By the way, there is of course a problem with getting the attention from people by demanding their attention. Yes, you win the struggle for power and you get their attention because you have said all the things, you've done all the things to be the person in charge. You may say it supposedly, and who everybody listens to, because now you're the most important person, right? You struggle to get the attention and now you get the attention. But I wonder, with my embodied language, I wonder, what kind of attention are you getting? In my opinion, yes, you're getting the attention, but you're getting the wrong kind of attention. And what I have here and what I give to you, whether you receive it or not, I'm giving it anyway. And it doesn't cost me anything to give it like this, because nobody is harmed, nobody is hurt, nobody is negatively affected. You can turn it off anytime you want. But I'm giving you the right kind of attention. Yes. I can give you the right kind of attention because I give attention to myself. And it is only someone who is able to give attention to him or to herself who can give the right kind of attention to others, due to which they are going to pay attention to themselves. I don't care whether you give attention to me, because it's not about me. It's about you. And you can say we the people, for the people. We the people comes from the Constitution, and for the people, that is a bastardization of the Constitution by saying, we are for the people. Our campaign, our democratic campaign is for the people. No. It is we the people of the United States. That's what the Constitution says. And if you want to make it seem as if you're in favor of the Constitution, you better quote the Constitution correctly. And changing it into for the people, it just clearly shows that you have no principles, you have no allegiance to the founding document of this country, which is guaranteeing our freedom of speech. That's what all of that signifies. So here I am talking about that and not letting any of this nonsense escape your attention. And I was just talking about, good morning, I was just talking about getting the attention, right? Because that is the right kind of attention. The right kind of attention is the attention that is being brought to the issue of our time, which is the freedom of speech. Yes. And we have yet to start talking about this. The issue of our time. Yes, we do have the freedom of speech. As of yet, we still do. It hasn't been scraped from the books yet, as it has been in many other so-called democratic, European societies. Isn't that disgusting how all of that is happening? Yeah. But okay, in the United States, we still have the freedom of speech. And yet, we do not have embodied language. I have embodied language, but you don't. Yes. And the question is, are you going to have embodied language? And are you truly going to capitalize on the freedom of speech? Or are you going to are you going to abandon the freedom of speech, the right that you have to express yourself, you are going to abandon the freedom of speech with your disembodied language? Because that's what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's better that you wake up to this right now, because unless we are going to have embodied language, the freedom of speech, in my opinion, is going to be gone no matter what. Yeah? Disembodied language rules everywhere, and embodied language is the only real freedom of speech. And I must say, and this is also some real criticism I have here on the Republican Party, because we keep hearing again and again that these rights that we have documented in our founding, that were framed by the framers, the Constitution, these individual rights that we have, we keep making it seem as if we got these rights from some higher power. That is just such blatant nonsense. How can we still in 2024 pretend that while judges are interpreting the law, or I don't know, doing all kind of weird shit with what is supposedly the law to persecute their political opponents, how can you possibly say that this has anything to do with some sort of a mysterious imaginary higher power? No, there's people, there's individuals who are doing this. Hey, how are you? Hi, up. Hey. Good job. See you later. I had a dog that came running out to me. And he was just saying hello, he's a good dog. I've seen him before. And so it is people who do everything. There is no higher power. And it doesn't matter how you call it. It doesn't matter that you refer to it. Hey, how's it going? Hi. That you refer to it as your God or your Allah or whatever. Yeah. Your karma or your dharma or whatever, your spiritual mumbo jumbo that you adhere to. Yeah. Your former life. Your angels. Your heaven and your hell. All your nonsense that you have imagined about some sort of external force which is supposedly directing your life. You are not even determined by others. You determine yourself. When you do what you do, you are getting the consequences of your own behavior. Can you just begin to become responsible, reasonable, realistic? Yeah, that is what embodied language is about, ladies and gentlemen. And so, forget about your higher power. Forget about your religion. Yeah? And wasn't there supposed to be, by the way, a separation between church and state? What happened with all of that? There is this need for that because it will, you can of course have your private beliefs, and there's basically nothing wrong in the fact that good morning. There's basically nothing wrong with the fact that you have your own superstition, if you want to have that. If that makes you feel happy to believe that, well, go ahead. You will have the consequences of your phony belief, no matter what. And so, as long as you don't bother me with it or somebody else, I don't care. I don't care that you believe in crazy shit. I don't care that you mess up your own life. Frankly, I just don't care. Yeah, you just do whatever it is that you want to do. I cannot prevent you. I am not your boss. You decide. But when you start to affect the lives of others, my life, that's when I care. That's where I say, no, you cannot do this. And no, I don't want the Constitution to be changed by the Democratic Party. No, I don't want my freedom of speech to be taken away. No, I just don't want that. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate how the left has systematically demonized and cancelled Republicans What kind of a bullshit is that? This is totally un-American. No, I like America for its freedom. Yeah? So, anyone who cannot agree with me is full of shit. That's right. And my joyful embodied language is not gonna go away just because I say so. No, to the contrary. It's just really loud and clear that I'm right about what I'm saying, because I speak about my individuality, which is flourishing in this wonderful country, which I've adopted as my new country. My allegiance is with the United States. I swore to that when I became US citizen. Yes. And this is also, in my opinion, why a lot of people want to be here. They may not truly acknowledge what I'm saying, but if you are in favor of United States, then you are signing up for being free and being responsible. Now, the Democrats all of a sudden want to make it seem as if you're not responsible anymore because, oh yeah, you are a victim, or I don't know, you were not getting enough of something, and then supposedly other people owe it to you to give it to you. What kind of a nonsense is that? Yeah? No, I don't subscribe to that. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Do you hear it? Can you feel it? Good, yes. You better start paying attention, because your behavior has consequences, and these consequences, they will be in your life, yeah, for you. And to the extent that these consequences are affecting me, like for instance when I read or hear something that I don't agree with, I will talk about it. Not with you, because talking with you is useless. Nice car, hey. And not with you, because it's useless to talk with you. Yeah, it is useless to have disembodied language with you. It is. I'm not gonna have disembodied language with you. Forget it. Your disembodied language is meaningless to me. I rather have embodied language by myself like this than disembodied language with you. Go to hell with your disembodied language. You are already in hell. And here's another sign there in front of the house. Harris Waltz. Yeah, these people, they don't know what they're talking about. They have these signs in front of their house. Yeah, I mean, they got their wonderful house, they got their beautiful place because of America, because of, here's another one. Look at that. They got this because America gave them wealth, gave them opportunity. America gave them affluence, and yet they are still complaining, they're still griping. And why is that? Well, I know why it is. It is because they never got to have embodied language. They haven't achieved their own language of their individual freedom. So the attention that they're getting, yeah, oh yeah, they've got such a nice house, they got such a nice job, they've got such a nice boat, they've got such wonderful things, and yet they're still not happy. That's why they overeat, that's why they become addicted, that's why they throw it all away again, that's why nothing is ever enough. Why? It's because all this stuff, they have all this stuff, they hang on to all this stuff because it is not what they truly want and need. What they truly want and need is embodied language. Yes, embodied language, which is the language of freedom, the language of our individuality. I'm now gonna sit here for a little bit and finish this video today, which I will keep within the half an hour because I'm not gonna make a very long video. I just wanna say it really clearly that the language of individual freedom hasn't yet been attained by you. It has been attained by me. Do you hear me? Do you see me? Can you feel what I'm talking about? I am one with my language. That's why I can say this. You are never one with your language. You are always separating yourself from yourself with your language, with your disembodied language. Because you do not listen to yourself. So there is already a difference between the so-called speaker and the so-called listener. You imagine that to be there. You imagine there is an inside speaker in you who speaks. And you imagine that there is an inside listener who listens. And you also imagine that there is a difference between what you say and how you say it, because, you say things which do not correlate, or which do not jive, which do not connect with how you feel, with how it really is for you. So, yes, your words, they separate you from your experience. And that is what disembodied language is. It's all just imaginary, because you do, of course, always hear yourself while you speak. You do have the consequences of the fact that you don't hear yourself. You do also feel experiences, but you do not properly express these experiences. And so, even though you have disembodied language, you are the one who is holding the bag. And even though you try to blame it on others, because that's of course what you always do, I don't take any blame for your disembodied language. No. So whatever you create with your disembodied language is never satisfying to you. It never relaxes you, it never nourishes you, it never truly sustains you. You just accumulate stuff, you do stuff, you also accumulate experiences or whatever knowledge or whatever it is. You just try to break records or something like that of some sort. Just keep on moving the goalpost. And you keep trying to sort of transcend your boundaries. So you try to be free, but you are not true to yourself. You cannot be true to yourself. And so whatever you create with your disembodied language is a burden on you. And ultimately, simply stated, with your disembodied language, there is a separation, you imagine, between you as the speaker and you as the listener, as if these are two different parts of you which do not connect. And obviously, if that is the case with you as a person who speaks with other people, then also there's going to be a difference between you as a speaker and the listener who is not you, who is the listener who listens to you. So then you get the disconnect between the speaker and the listener, which is the basis of all disembodied language. Here you listen to me. Good morning. You listen to me and you can hear that there is no such a difference between who I am as a speaker and as a listener, because I don't even believe there is an inner speaker or there is an inner listener. So to me, this whole so-called problem to connect the dots or whatever to be myself, it doesn't even occur. Because in embodied language, you are yourself, always, immediately, without any exercise, without any effort. You're just naturally yourself. So there's no difference between me as the speaker and you as the listener, because I'm listening to myself, always. And that's why you can feel and acknowledge and understand exactly what it is what I'm saying. And you don't need to understand it like you usually believe to understand it, which means that you're trying to match it up with what you already know. No, this has nothing to do with what you already know. You don't know this. You haven't experienced this. So you just hear it and you just go like, wow, that's what that is. The speaker and the listener inside of you do not exist. The inner entity which you believe to be doesn't exist. There's no inner self. Forget about it. You forget about your higher power, and you also forget about your Yeah, your holy self, your holier self, yourself, you believe to be so important, right? Holier than thou, holier than other people, right? You believe to be so moral or so whatever, so justified. You're full of shit. That's what you are. Yeah, that's why you talk the way you do. You sound horrible. You sound horrible when you have disembodied language. Nobody wants to actually listen to you. You don't even want to listen to yourself. How is anybody supposed to listen to you? Yeah? No, other people only want to listen to you when you want to listen to yourself. That is to say, if they are able to get their head out of their ass and to sort of just say like, oh wait, he's saying something really meaningful. Yeah? He is actually being truthful, and yes, I can feel what he says, and yeah, of course he's right that there is no such thing as a higher power, and there's no inner me who does what I do, you know. That's just all fancy. It's just the way we talk with disembodied language. Yes. So the attention that you had wanted to have and which you keep demanding with your disembodied language is the wrong kind of attention, even if you manage to get it. And the attention which you have, which you produce, which you enjoy when you begin to listen to yourself, that is the attention you want to have. But nobody can give that attention unless they themselves listen to themselves. Now, that's a nice conclusion, right? Okay. Okay.